Mess with the Bull. Once upon a time, in a small village on the edge of Seville, there lived a great matador named Don Fernando. Known far and wide for his bravery, his charm, and of course his glorious mustache. His son, little Pablo, admired him more than anything in the world. Pablo wanted to grow up just like his father, strong, brave, and with a mustache as thick as his. One evening, as the sun set and the cool breeze of the evening swirled through the window, Pablo climbed into bed. "Papa," he asked, "what does it really mean when you say, if you mess with a bull, you're going to get the horns?" Don Fernando smiled, his eyes twinkling. "Ah, mijo, that phrase is muy importante. It means that in life, if you challenge something powerful without thinking, like a great bull, you are bound to face some consequences. But let me tell you more, because life is como luchar con un toro. It's like fighting a bull." Pablo's eyes widened. "Like fighting a bull?" Don Fernando nodded seriously, then leaned in. "See, Pablo, life will throw many things at you. Kindness, love, bullies, difficult choices. It's all todo like fighting a bull." Pablo's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Tell me more, Papa." Don Fernando chuckled. "Let me tell you about the time I fought El Tormentoso, the stormy bull. He was all muscles and bad attitude, just like that kid Diego, who never shares his churros at school. You see, El Tormentoso charged at me, thinking he could win with brute strength. But I stood my ground and said, 'If you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns.' And then ole! I stepped aside, because Pablo, standing up to bullies is like fighting a bull. You don't have to charge back. Sometimes you just need to stand aside and let them rile of steam." Pablo laughed, imagining Diego with a bull's head, steam blowing from his ears. "Now let's talk about love," Don Fernando continued, his voice softening. "Falling in love, ay Dios mío, is like fighting a bull too." Pablo frowned. "Love? With a bull?" Don Fernando raised his eyebrow. "Oh, yes. Have you ever seen me fight Corazon Fiero, Fierce Heart? A bull so wild and passionate, she was impossible to predict. One moment she would charge, the next she would turn away and flick her tail. Just like love, my son, you have to be brave. You have to be kind, and sometimes you have to be ready to get trampled a little. But remember, when love is wild, if you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. But it's worth it, simply." Pablo's face scrunched up. "I think I'll wait on that one." Don Fernando laughed heartily. "Wise choice, mi hijo." "Now, the hardest lesson of all," his father said, growing serious. "Choosing the right path, showing mercy. Even when it's hard. You see, I once faced a bull named El Dilemma. He was massive, with horns as sharp as the kitchen's knives, like the ones your mama would let me use. I could have defeated him easily, but as I stood there I saw something in his eyes. He was tired. He didn't want to fight anymore. And in that moment, Pablo, I chose mercy. I let him live. Because sometimes, even when you can win, the right thing to do is to step back and let go. Life is like fighting a bull. You must know when to show mercy." Pablo thought hard about this. "But what if the bull doesn't deserve it?" Don Fernando nodded sagely. "Ah, but that's when it's hardest. And most important, if you mess with the bull, see, you're going to get the horns. But sometimes it's better to walk away with grace. No horns needed." The room felt quiet for a moment. Then Pablo looked up, eyes wide. "Papa, can you tell me the story of El Burrito Flaco?" Don Fernando groaned, chuckling. "El Burrito Flaco, huh? Oh, you mean the time I fought the laziest bull in all of Spain. Pablo, that bull moved so slowly, I thought he'd fallen asleep at the feet. I waved my cape. El Burrito Flaco just stood there, chewing grass. I could have charged him myself. But in that moment, I learned a very important lesson." "What was it, Papa?" "Sometimes in life, You'll face challenges that don't even care about you. They won't bother you to fight at all. And you realize some battles aren't even worth fighting, like when your mama asks to fold the laundry perfectly. Sometimes it's better just to let it go. Pablo giggled. But mama won't let you mess with the laundry, right? Don Fernando sighed. They're allowed me, son. They're not. If you mess with your mama, you're definitely going to get your horns. Pablo snuggled into his blanket, still giggling, as Don Fernando kissed him on the forehead. Good night, mi torero pequeño. Remember, life is like fighting a bull, full of surprises, challenges, and moments to be brave. And always, always, she'll mercy when you come. As Don Fernando turned off the light, he whispered one last thing. And remember, mi hijo, if you mess with the bull, you're going to get your horns. Pablo finished with a grin, his eyes closing into sleep. And with that, Pablo dreamed of bulls with funny names, brave matadors, and all the lessons his father had taught him, wrapped up in capes and horns.
Lay your head, my little one. The day is done, the moon has won. Close your eyes and drift away to where the bulls and matadors play. The cape is light, the stars are bright. The bulls all rest in the cool of night. No need to charge, no need to fight. In dreams we dance in the soft moonlight. So hush me, hijo, don't you fear. The world is calm and I am near. If you mess with the bull, remember it's true. I'll be there to guide and protect you. Now sleep, sleep, my brave little star. Tomorrow you'll dream of who you are, kind and strong, with mercy and grace, the heart of a matador in every place. Good night, the world is still. Rest now, mi amor, with love you will. For the bull will bow, the stars will glow, and in your dreams brave matadors grow.